Welcome back to the Crypto World channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now the Bitcoin price is running into that first range of resistance that I was talking about yesterday on the channel. So in just a moment, I'll be updating you guys on my next Bitcoin price targets and what would happen if we see a continued rejection here. Also, later in the video, I'll be discussing the fact that the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index has now shot up into extreme greed. Historically speaking, this has provided a warning signal in the past, but I'll be breaking down exactly what this means and why we're in extreme greed right now towards the end of the video. So definitely stick around for that. And just before we jump into it, make sure to leave a like on the video down below. And if you're new to the channel, you might as well subscribe with notifications turned on for more updates just like this every single day. But with all of that out of the way, let's get straight to what this video is about. So right here, we're on the Bitcoin US dollar chart on the 4-hour time frame. And what we can see here is clearly we have already broken to the upside out of this previous resistance line, which was coming in at around 55.5, nearly 56K if you're looking towards the tops of the wicks. And so right now we're running into that other range of resistance that I talked about yesterday. If you're watching yesterday's Bitcoin update video, I talked about 57 to 58,000 as our first initial point of resistance after we can get above this line just here. And we've done exactly that. We've run into this exact range and now we are finding resistance as expected. And just quickly recapping yesterday's video for anyone that missed it, the reason why this is acting as resistance is because the 57K level approximately is where the 78.6% Fibonacci level is coming in at. And then also coming in at around 58,000, that's the top of the volume cluster in the VPVR indicator. For the new viewers on the channel that have no idea what I just said, I definitely recommend checking out yesterday's Bitcoin update video because in that video, I covered all of that in more detail. So what would happen if we do get a bit of a rejection here and start turning to the downside? Well, the initial support level that we're looking at is this level just here coming in at around 55.8K is where I've got it right here. But as I said, if you're looking at the candle bodies, it's coming in at more like 55.5. But if you're looking at the tops of the candle wicks, it's coming in at more like 56,000. So in that little price range just there, I would expect immediate support for the Bitcoin price. And of course, that's if we do see a rejection. This could potentially just lead into a retest, which would be confirming this breakout out of this ascending triangle pattern. Basically, for as long as we're holding above that line of resistance just there, we're still looking really good here on the 4-hour time frame. It's only if we start breaking back inside this pattern, and especially if we break below this level just here, which by the way is coming in at around 55,000 US dollars. If we start breaking below 55K, then that's when things are potentially leading towards another short-term cool-off or a little correction along this uptrend. Because believe it or not, an uptrend can have cool-offs along the way like we experienced just here. And what I mean by a short-term cool-off is not necessarily bearish price action. It could just be sideways price action because obviously a cool-off is just when we lose a bit of the momentum on the uptrend along the way. But with that being said, we're still clearly in an uptrend. We have not broken the uptrend. And even if we come all the way down towards 55,000, we would still be in an uptrend because we're making higher lows. Before I would even consider another downtrend, I would want to see a strong break below that previous golden pocket area, which is coming in at around 53,000, but the bottom of the golden pocket is coming in at more like 51,000. But obviously, we're nowhere near those levels, at least at the time of filming this video. So right now, there's simply not much reason to actually flip bearish on Bitcoin, at least on the 4-hour time frame here. And so even if we do play out another dip in the short term and bounce off one of these levels, that could make for an amazing buying opportunity, just like what I was saying back here. When we did enter a short-term cool-off, I'll let you guys know that I would be accumulating Bitcoin on that short-term cool-off. So now that I've covered the main levels of supports that we need to be paying attention to right now, what would happen if we can finally break above this point of resistance? Well, as I explained in yesterday's video, a strong break above this range of resistance would likely send Bitcoin up towards 60,000 and possibly up towards the all-time high before we find our next major point of resistance. I'm not going to go on too long about all of that because I covered all of that and more in yesterday's video. One of the main points that I wanted to cover in this video is the fact that the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index just shot into the extreme greed range, which historically speaking, this has only happened just before we've seen either a short-term cool-off or a larger correction. Now, one thing to know about this indicator is it doesn't really tell us the exact time frames. So for example, right now we're in extreme greed, but we don't know whether we're going to see a short-term cool-off tomorrow or maybe in a few days from now. But what we do know is the further we go into extreme greed, and especially the longer we stay in extreme greed, that simply increases our chances of some bearish price action. So we still have a little bit of room to the upside, technically speaking, because we're only at 78 out of 100, but it's definitely something to keep an eye on because the last time we saw extreme greed was actually right here, pretty much just before we entered a bit of a short-term cool-off, which was basically just sideways consolidation. But the time before that, we saw extreme greed all the way back here in the beginning of September, just before we saw a lot of bearish price action for Bitcoin. Now, I'm definitely not saying that what we saw in September is going to play out again, because we had a lot of other bearish signs back then. For example, May major bearish divergences and the fact that we got a strong rejection from the golden pocket. But right now on the bigger picture, like the daily time frame, for example, we're not really seeing any bearish divergences. And also we've broken that previous high. We're above the golden pocket. So we're definitely in a different place right now compared to where we were in the beginning of September. And when I shared this to you over on my Twitter, which by the way, if you're not following me on Twitter, I have a link to my Twitter in the description down below if you want to get these extra updates throughout the day. But yeah, when I posted this tweet, a lot of you guys were actually confused at why we're actually in extreme greed, considering the fact that the Bitcoin price hasn't really done that much over the past 24 hours compared to where we were yesterday. And also, if you're looking at the altcoin market, the majority of the altcoins over the past 24 hours have actually had a bad day. So how's it even possible that the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index could pump into extreme greed when nothing has really happened? And in fact, a lot of the altcoins have lost value. Well, let's just take a quick look at the data sources for this indicator. So you can see exactly where this indicator is derived from. For example, a quarter of this indicator is derived from the volatility in the price action. Another quarter of this indicator is derived from the market momentum or the volume. 15% of this indicator is derived from social media. There was 15% previously derived from surveys, which is currently paused, 10% from the Bitcoin dominance, and 10% from the Google trends. So first up, looking at the volatility, of course, over the past 24 hours, we haven't really seen too much volatility. And what you can see here, according to this indicator, is an unusual rise in volatility is a sign of a fearful market. So the fact that we haven't seen much volatility recently in the Bitcoin market, that's the opposite of a fearful market, which according to this indicator is a greedy market. And looking at the market momentum and the market volume, right now we are in an uptrend, so the momentum is bullish. But with that being said, the volume isn't really anything special right now, so we could almost rule that out. Social media on average is more bullish than bearish right now, and that's exactly what I was covering in this tweet. I posted this screenshot saying that Bitcoin and to the moon were trending on Twitter today, and so obviously that only really happens when we're in a greedy market. And looking at Google trends right now, if you're looking at the search terms for Bitcoin and even other terms like buy Bitcoin and Bitcoin price and Bitcoin news, all of that sort of stuff, right now we haven't really seen a major spike in the Bitcoin searches, at least over the past 1 to 2 days, so we can pretty much rule that one out as well. And the last one here is the dominance, and that's probably the biggest reason why we've seen an increase in the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index over the past 24 hours. Because taking a quick look at the Bitcoin dominance chart on the 4-hour time frame, what we can see here is clearly a huge increase in the Bitcoin dominance. So for the beginners out there, what this basically means is Bitcoin is stealing market share away from the altcoins, which is why altcoins have been losing value. And then anytime we see a dip in the Bitcoin dominance, it means Bitcoin is losing that market share against all of the other altcoins. So usually during those time periods, the altcoins are outperforming Bitcoin. But yeah, over the past 2 days approximately, we've seen a pretty big increase in the Bitcoin dominance from around 44% to around 46.5% is where it's currently sitting at. And zooming out to the 3-day time frame, something to be aware of right now is the fact that the Bitcoin dominance is still forming this huge W pattern. I've been letting you guys know about this pattern for over a month now on the channel, and 1 month ago I was comparing this W pattern to what we actually saw at the end of the last cycle. As you can see here, pretty much the only other massive W pattern that we've seen in the Bitcoin dominance was right back here. We've only seen 2 of these form on the 3-day time frame. And so this previous W pattern that began forming, which by the way, it began forming at the end of 2017, leading into the very beginning of 2018. And this pattern finally completed towards the middle of 2018, where we saw a breakout to the upside. And if you remember what happened during that time period just there, that was actually a bear market in crypto. So it's definitely very interesting that we're seeing a very similar thing right now in the Bitcoin dominance, because like I said, we've only seen this one other time, and that was at the start of the last bear market. But even though we're forming a W pattern here in the Bitcoin dominance chart, it's still not completed. What we need to see is a break above this neckline coming in at around 50% approximately. And like I said earlier, we're still only at around 46.5%. But yeah, if we do see a strong break to the upside here in the Bitcoin dominance, then while that's happening, that actually won't be too good for the altcoins just in general. But then eventually when the Bitcoin dominance turns around again, when it's heading to the downside, that's when the altcoins see the biggest gains. So yeah, as of right now, there's no telling whether this pattern is definitely going to complete or not. It's just something to pay attention to right now. And I definitely want to hear your thoughts on this pattern in the comment section down below. If you think it's going to complete and potentially signal some sort of bear market starting next year, or if you think this pattern is going to fail and we're going to see a continued bull market leading in towards the end of this year and next year. And by the way, a lot of the information that I covered in this video, I posted half a day ago over on my Twitter. So seriously, if you're not following me on Twitter, definitely make sure you're doing that if you want to get all of these real-time updates throughout the day. And the link to my Twitter is in the description down below. And if you enjoyed the video or got something valuable out of this video, make sure to leave a like down below. And if you're new to the channel, you might as well subscribe with notifications turned on for more updates just like like this every single day. And don't forget, for those that missed my last Bitcoin update video, definitely check that one out if you want to get all of my next Bitcoin price targets. And also make sure you're checking out one of these videos that are popping up right now. I have a tutorial showing exactly how I trade Bitcoin. And I also have a video that I just posted recently showing exactly how I earn passive income in crypto. But anyway, that's really everything I have to say for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all in the next video.